The purpose of this presentation is to identify impending policies or laws that will affect the services and goals of my local school. In addition to identifying these policies, I'm going to apply a balanced scorecard strategy in order to identify, improve, and control the functions and outcomes of these priorities. A balanced scorecard is a system of strategic management. It has 4 specific areas that it's looking at. The first area is learning and growth. Learning and growth are analyzed through the investigation of training and knowledge resources. The second section is business processes. They're evaluated by investigating how well products are manufactured. The third area is customer perspectives. They're collected to gauge customer satisfaction with quality, price, and availability of products or services. Customers provide feedback about their satisfaction. And finally, financial data such as sales, expenditures, and income are used to understand financial performance. I have accessed the State of Georgia's Department of Education website and located a list of legislative priorities that the state is prepared to pursue. Priority 1 is responsible and aligned accountability, which states that our values include supporting an assessment and accountability system that measures the strengths and needs of our students and teachers and reduces the pressures and burdens placed on them by an overemphasis of high-stakes testing. There are 2 goals under this priority. Goal number 1 states that pursuing state testing requirements that are more closely aligned with the federal minimum, and goal number 2 is streamline competing accountability systems and eliminate duplication. With respect to goal number 1, which was pursue state testing requirements that are more closely aligned with the federal minimum, the balanced scorecard model is used for analysis in all 4 areas. Area number 1 is learning and growth. And as you can see, under learning and growth, the analysis falls into teaching to the test, which obviously in Georgia there's a history of teaching to the test and across the country. So teaching to the test would have to be analyzed under this growth model, and assessment that is aligned to standards. Under the business processes, we would have to make sure that there was validity and reliability in the assessments that were assigned to the students, and assume that the students are being taught the standards of the new assessments. Customer perspectives. When looking at the customer perspectives, it's another change in an assessment, which has been changed over the last couple of years, and so you have to take into consideration the stakeholder concerns. We apply a survey to our stakeholders to make sure that they are satisfied and that their voices are heard with respect to changes in assessments. And then property values under customer perspectives. Property values are very important, especially in the area I live in. The school system relies on property values to stay higher to help pay for a SPLOST tax, which would fall under financial data. The SPLOST tax and the property values all go hand in hand, and that as long as the property values are high, the SPLOST tax will continue to collect, which goes towards infrastructure and technology updates. The second legislative priorities was strengthening the teacher pipeline. It's defined as teachers are the drivers of all educational achievement. We promote efforts to ensure all Georgia students have access to highly effective teachers. Goal number 1 under this priority is to pursue robust teacher pipeline legislation, including the establishment of a pilot to design an evaluation system built on professional progression with embedded supports for educators. Goal number 2 is to promote changes to allow districts to utilize retired educators full-time to fill high-need teaching positions. Within this goal, I applied the balanced scorecard model, and you can see under learning and growth, the 2 bullets emphasize teacher evaluation system overhaul, creating a benefit. Definitely would create a benefit for hiring purposes and retainment of quality teachers, and advantage for recruitment. The current teacher evaluation system is not very popular, and so the reestablishment of a new one would definitely help with bringing in new, fresh teachers that will be looking for a different way to be evaluated. Under business processes, we have 3 points: development of evaluative system, and as the evaluative system is developed, it needs to include teachers, administrators, as well as district personnel in this evaluative system process. And then also with the final goal, which would be retired teachers for teacher shortages. This is a double-edged sword, and if you look at the analysis of this piece, the retired teachers are fantastic, and we would love to have them come back full-time, but then it becomes an issue of finances and how that affects retirement and finances, which I'm pretty sure falls under financial data. It sure does. All right, so customer perspectives, stakeholder satisfaction and teacher quality, and stakeholder surveys to collect feedback. And then under the financial data, cost of changing evaluation system, which they just developed about 5 years ago, and research to support the change. And then cost of using retired teachers and how that would affect TRS, which is our retirement system, across the state and definitely locally within our county. And finally, I've included a graphic that shows the 4 areas on the balanced scorecard, the objectives, and the measurements of how each objective would be measured. And my references page. Thank you.